Yeah, good morning, John.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I'm in a hotel. Can I make you the host until I get back in the other room?
Sure. Yep.
Just if you want, let people in, just tell them I'm having some trouble. I couldn't get anybody else to do it out here. Everybody's on the road.
Okay.
If you don't mind, okay?
All right.
Let me see here. Thank you. There you are. Okay. Can you see it now?
I can.
Okay. You've got total control over everything, okay?
Okay, I haven't done control before, so I guess I'll admit people as they're in the waiting room.
Yeah, just tell them that it may be a short meeting and no big deal, but whatever whatever you want to talk about is good. If I don't come back, I'm sorry, but I'm out in California and I'm in the lobby and I've got to go back in the other room here.
Oh, where are you in California?
I'm sorry,
Where are you in California?
in Anaheim.
Okay, down south.
Yeah, we're in a convention right now with like over 1,000 people, but yeah, Lloyd's on the road and everybody else is kind of tied up. So
Okay.
anyway, I didn't want to not do it because we've never missed a day. So if you want to take over, that's great. I appreciate it. And I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Morning, everyone. This is Ann. In a brief period, I will be hosting for John. He is on his way back to the hotel room. He's down in Southern California right now, so he may or may not be back on to join us. But we'll wait and see if others just pop in today. Morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock, 9:01. We'll just wait a few more minutes. See if any others join us or if John's able to hop on. I always like how John says, come on in. We'll go ahead and get started. It's 9:02. This is Ann Bollinger. I am temporarily hosting for John, just for today and maybe even for a few minutes. So it is Friday, November 22nd. I do not have Laura's usual disclaimer to share, but those who have been on before, just keep in mind that this is a weekly haves and wants. Share anything that you have, looking to buy, looking to sell. If you're looking for any uh, contractor suggestion on contractors, just keep in mind that do your own due diligence to give them a call and vet them, that no one here in the group can necessarily verify except based on their own experience. Good morning, Dave, and a few others have just joined in. I am temporarily hosting as John heads up to the hotel room. He might join us in a few minutes here. Um, so with that said, does anyone want to start? Anyone have something that they are selling? Anyone looking for something?
Hey, as soon as I found my mute button, I
Hi
do
there.
have something I'm selling here. It's going to be listed next week, but would love for an investor to pick it up. It's in Breckenridge Hills. It's a 2-bed, 1.5 bath, about 800 square feet. We're going to list it for 125. It should rent for 1,200. And so if any investor is looking for like a turnkey, easy, low maintenance cash flow, then I think this would be a good pickup. I know at the end of the year, a lot of people are looking for, some extra tax benefits and depreciation and all that kind of stuff. So I think it would be a pretty easy pickup, um, for some kind of savvy investor like that. So we, a lot of people ask me like, why wouldn't we just keep it? And I usually ask investors that too, like if they're selling something, like if it's a good deal, why don't you keep it? And so for us, our answer is that it's just our business right now is looking for some more capital rather than another rental. And so that's the gist of it. But I do think it would be a pretty good cash flowing property. So if anyone's interested, I can put my number and I'll put the info in the chat as well.
Okay, do you mind sharing your phone number out loud too, in case anyone's just listening?
Oh yeah, sure. Phone number is 618-214-1599.
And that's
So
David Lee. And what was the list price again on that?
125 we're gonna list for.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting staging on Monday and photos on Tuesday. And so it should be live on Tuesday. But we've had a little bit of interest, people checking it out. But yeah, just let me know if anyone's interested.
Thank you for sharing.
Yep, thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone looking for contractors? I know we're getting ready for the winter season and trying to line up our snow operations. Dave Soto, do you have anything on the property management front? Any craziness going on? Any new proposed laws, rules, regulations? What's happening with evictions? Any crazy stuff?
There's nothing going on right now. I think I was at a meeting with Kathy Davis yesterday. She had brought up something going on in the city. One of the things that she had talked about was the where the tenant is entitled to free attorney. That's not happening. There's no money for it, and there's no attorneys willing to do it for nothing. So that was an interesting conversation. So that's about all I have.
How are they funding that in Kansas City?
Do not know.
Okay,
Don't know at all.
thank you. And David Lee just added his information on the house in Breckenridge Hills in the chat box. And Ryan, still trying to sell my small multifam in Coffeen, Illinois. Whereabouts is Coffeen?
Coffeen, we call it South Central Illinois. It is what it's, if you know Litchfield off of 55, it's probably 20 minutes from there. It is what, an hour south of Springfield-ish, somewhere there. On route, I believe 185.
Okay, what size? You say some small multifamily, how many units and
Yeah,
what?
it's 3,600 square feet, and it's got the last I was in there. I live 5 states away. That's one of the reasons why I'm selling this place. I live in North Carolina, and I'm from that area, but I live now in North Carolina. And that unit, that last time I was in there, it's 3 small units on the second story, and then the lower story is all open. And I been working on this eviction for a while. Finally, we got the court to get them out of there on the on the 1st of December. And so it'll be available for viewing, and then I'll have more information next time I'm on about the interior. And I'll get that on my listing information.
Thank you. Yes, similarly, I'm from the St. Louis area, grew up there, went to Mizzou, but I'm now on the West Coast in Reno, Nevada.
Oh, there you go.
And we still have our properties in South City.
There you go. Yeah, I think I'll post my latest listing information on what I'm because I did a contract sale that fell through, and so I'll put my next offer contract sale if somebody wants to do that. I'll put that in the chat also.
Okay, and what is your phone number?
Oh, I'll put that in my name here. See if I can do that on this. Let's see here. I'll put that in the chat right now. Yeah, 630-334-3433.
Thank you, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
We have the other Ann B who joined us this morning. She just popped on.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm just popping on.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm temporarily hosting for John Lee. He's down in Anaheim right now at a conference. And so he started the Zoom from the lobby and trying to make his way back up to the hotel room.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Thanks for doing this.
You're welcome. Good morning, Stacy. She's waving. Yeah, I don't have anything to add myself this morning. One of our properties down in South City, I would like to consider selling, but I have other partners to talk with and try to convince, but we're still working on the rehab. Last year, we did the big stuff, did all the HVAC, the central AC, the furnace, the electrical, the plumbing, but now it's I think we still need to lay the floors, and Doug is just working on 2 of the units. It's a 4-family. So he still needs to lay the floors in the bathroom. Our goal is actually to get 2 of those units rented next year. John says he's still having connection problems at the hotel. Ryan added that on that multifamily, It will be available for viewing after December 1st. It's an open space on the first floor, 3 apartments on the second. He's asking 100,000 and the building sits on 2 lots. Owner financing is available. So that's always good. I'll pose a question out to the group. So I'm also a licensed realtor out here in Nevada. I may or may not get dual license in Missouri. I don't know. But I do have a client out here looking at a foreclosure. Has anyone helped acquire, buy, work with other people on purchasing foreclosed homes?
Yeah, I'm actually glad you mentioned this. I've just started purchasing foreclosures, and I'm actually from Nevada, and so part of my my bigger plan is to start buying houses in Reno and both Vegas. I'm from Reno, but Reno and Vegas on foreclosures. So I just started doing it, and I could give you some guidance. I can drop my information in the chat
Oh,
if you want,
thanks.
and I can kind of give you some insight on it and tell you what I know.
Okay. Maybe for the benefit of the group, if you have any quick tips that could maybe be helpful for others.
So I don't know if there's any quick tips. So my what I've been doing is I've actually been learning from David Randolph, and he's probably the one to reach out to. But I've been buying homes that are pre-foreclosure, so going after them as soon as they're listed. That they have an auction date. So
before,
if
before
they're
they have an auction date?
right when they do have an auction date. So in
Okay.
Missouri, they have they post it 21 days prior to the auction. So I don't know what it is in Nevada. I think that I'm not sure, but basically before the foreclosure date. So I'm working with the bank and the homeowner before it actually gets foreclosed on, and then I bought them buy them on short sale. So I haven't actually bought them like at auction or afterwards. So I guess I should probably clarify that. So is it already foreclosed on?
So yeah, on this particular one, there even seems to be a history on this house. It looks like I think the notice of default was actually 3 years ago. And so maybe one way or another, he was able to fend it off for a while, maybe through bankruptcy, because I know that's one way to prevent a foreclosure. And then the notice of sale was issued, I think in June or July. It was scheduled for August. But then apparently, according to the auction website, again is postponed and it says per the client. So it's still kind of just hanging out there.
Okay, so I could definitely help you on that. So there's a few different things. So do you know if it's an FHA loan or if it's conventional or VA?
It is not VA, and I
Okay.
can't remember the others since I've been looking up a bunch this week.
So I'm closing on one this month where the client, she hasn't made her payment in 76 months, which blows my mind
Wow.
that it can go that long.
Yeah,
But
okay.
there was basically you have the COVID effect. So there was a lot of people there was a lot of things put in place because of COVID that allowed that to happen. So that could have been part of it if it's FHA. And then another thing this year, HUD has out it's called 2433, and it's basically it's an addendum that they have to where it's another option for homeowners who have tried modifications and things like that. So I can talk to you if you want. I'll put my information in the chat so you can call me off the record. But basically, you'll have to work directly with the bank. I mean, the homeowner will have to sign everything, but they'll send the purchase contract and everything. But there's just a few pieces. So basically, you'll want to the first thing you'll want to find out is if there's been an appraisal done and if it's been a full appraisal, and see if they can get you a copy of that. But if you want to just reach out to me, I can kind of give you some guidance.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Jennifer. Reggie, you have your hand up. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I did. I had forgot I had pushed the button and then I couldn't find the button to unmute my mic. Hey, and the question was actually for Dave. He spoke earlier about, he said that he's talked to Kathy and she said that they were no longer doing the attorneys for the tenants facing eviction. So my question was, did she say what the next step was going to be, or if somebody said, hey, I wanted to get representation, how that was going to look, or is it just quietly disappearing into the darkness?
Well, I'm not going to say it's disappearing. I'm saying they don't have the funding for it. I think she mentioned that they were initially going to have $3 million for that, then went down to 300,000. And so that's just what they have right now. And I don't know if they're trying to figure out how they're going to fund it next time, next year, or if what they're going to do with it.
So are there still going to be people that are giving them their rights and saying that they are entitled to attorney representation when they go to file or show up for court?
She said that it was supposed to be on the landlords to do that, and then the city itself was
the city itself is keeping track and sending all those tenants information if they want to use it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
And she had said Stacy was there also, and Stacy's actually on the committee up in St. Louis with the realtors. What else did she say was going on with the city?
I can't remember. There's a mold addendum or whatever going into place, or it's just got presented. That basically the landlord's responsible for fixing mold unless it's because the tenant doesn't clean and stuff like that. So they helped amend that to be a little more landlord friendly. And there was something else, wasn't there?
I'm trying to remember what that was.
I can't remember either. If I remember, I'll speak up, but I know the attorney, the tenant's right to attorney lost a lot of its mojo and funding, so we'll see what happens.
Got you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm guessing some of us aren't surprised that it lost the funding.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised that it lost the funding. I'm just kind of saying a lot of people had the impression that they would get legal representation and would be able to stay in properties longer and all of that type of stuff. So I just want to see how they were going to handle it now.
Right, yeah, and even from here, I caught some of the news channels with people outside, I think like City Hall with their signs in support or protesting, that option for the tenants.
Gotcha.
Anyone working on projects that they want to share their updates? How's your progress? Well, quiet group. So I think next week's Thanksgiving, right? So I don't know if we'll have a call next Friday. So I can't tell you if it's canceled or not, so just stay tuned. If we don't have anything else to share, I guess that's it for today.
Hey, Ann.
Yes, Ann.
Yeah, did you do the wants and haves?
We did briefly, but if you haven't one, let us know. And some of those are already in the chat as well. We have,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah, single family house in Breckenridge Hills, multifamily, Central Illinois, South Central Illinois.
Okay, yeah, thanks. I guess I missed it because I jumped on late. So yeah. Okay, thank you. You did a great job.
You're welcome.
Okay, I guess we're saying bye to everyone.
All right, yeah. Well, thank you all for popping in. If we don't have a meeting next week, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, but jump in just in case.
Same to everyone.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.